Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, your go-to source for all things women's health. I'm here to guide you through the ups and downs of hormonal changes, helping you understand how these shifts impact every aspect of your life. So whether you're in the perimenopause phase or really any other phase of life, looking to improve your overall well-being, or just seeking practical tips on stress management, nutrition, and fitness, then this podcast is for you. Join me as we explore holistic and functional approaches to health, share expert insights from guests, and empower you to feel your best at every stage of life. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Hey friends, welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer, and today's episode is basically a public confession like the last couple episodes. I don't know, I guess maybe I'm on a roll with the theme here. I ignored my to-do list. Now, for some of you, that might sound like, what? That's not a big deal. You skip your to-do list all the time, right? But for me, this was huge because I do live by I'm a very task-oriented person. And so I have to literally check boxes off in order to feel accomplished. That's just how I am. That's crazy. But I live by it. It's my map. It's my safety net. I feel in place when I have these systems, right? And without it, I feel like I'm just, I don't know, wandering around with a blindfold on. But yet there was this one day where I took one look at it, closed like my calendar and just walked away. And you know what? It was actually one of the best decisions that I've made in a long time. But let me set the scene for you. So it was a Tuesday, which is, of course, every day it's kind of like I look at the calendar, try to get stuff done. And I had my list ready, like my podcast prep, grocery list, workouts, emails, content planning, client follow-ups, things like that. All that basic stuff. And so it was one of those lists where you already feel tired just looking at it. And I had that voice in my head saying, if you start now, you can knock this out, right? Maybe even like before lunch. But here's the thing. My body was just not having it. So my mind and my body were at war with each other that particular day. And I woke up feeling heavy, not sick particularly, just like really exhausted and drained. I could tell it in my shoulders. So like my shoulders were tense, my brain was fogging. I had that restless feeling like I could not focus on any one thing at all. It just would not have been right if I were to try to tackle that to-do list. And so it's kind of like when my body was quietly like saying, hey, I'm not at capacity at all. Although my mind was like, nope, I gotta do it. It's right there in front of me. I gotta check it off. So normally though, I would push through. Normally I would let my brain override my body. But because I've been conditioned to believe that productivity, equals worth, so that's definitely why I would have done that. But I have been working on myself as well. Everything I preach to my clients, I do myself, or at least tried it. And so that if I don't earn my downtime, then it doesn't count. But on that morning, I looked at my to-do list and I thought, what if I just didn't? It felt rebellious, and my inner critique piped up immediately. If you skip today, you'll be behind all week, because literally that's how I feel like. I have to get things done in order to feel accomplished. But I asked myself a different question. So what would actually serve me right now? And the answer, it was a quiet answer, and it was not the popular answer, but it was rest. I needed space. So I made a deal with myself. For one day, I would ditch the list and I would just let my body lead the way. No agenda, no checking boxes, just following what felt right in the moment. And instead of forcing a workout like I normally probably might, I just went for a slow walk. The kind where, I just took my dogs out and I just noticed things. Just notice the wind, notice the trees, notice the leaves, so just noticing it. And I didn't rush, and it was nice. And when I got home, I actually read, I think it was like a chapter that I've been wanting to read this book. It's kind of like I keep on picking it up, putting it down. But yeah, I actually read a chapter and it felt really good. I had a lunch that wasn't prepped. It was just whatever sounded good to me. And by the afternoon, my mind started to actually feel lighter. My body was definitely less tense. My body won. And I started having ideas again. And so here's the thing about constantly chasing your to-do list. It keeps you in go mode. And for those of us in perimenopause, living in go mode all the time means living in stress hormone mode. So cortisol stays elevated, which can mess with, again, sleep, cravings, mood swings, all that stubborn weight around your midsection or belly or hips. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do for your health is to stop producing for a day and give yourself grace and say, it is okay. I'm going to listen to my body actually and not my mind, and I'm going to rest when I need it, need to give it rest. And so what's funny? The world did not end because I ignored my list. The emails, yeah, they were still there the next day. May have been piling up a little bit, but hey, that's okay. The groceries still got bought. Work still got done, but I did it from a calmer, more grounded place. I did not have to kind of just force myself and give myself a time limit for it. It was actually wonderful. And so what I learned from that day is that a to-do list should be a tool, all right? It's not like your boss, but it's there to support you and not control you. And you get to choose when to use it and when to put it away. So if you've been feeling stretched thin, here's your small action of the week. Sometime in the next 7 days, pick one day or even a half day where you intentionally, again, the opposite day, ignore your list. Let yourself be guided by what feels good, nourishing, or restful in that moment. Then notice what shifts in your body and your mind. And if you try it, I'd love to hear your story, so let me know. All right, Hormone Hotties, that's it for today. Small, sweet, and actionable steps that you can take. Remember, your worth is not measured by how many boxes you check. Sometimes the bravest, healthiest thing you can do is to close the planner and listen to yourself, okay? See you next time. Take care. Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, taking charge of your health is a journey, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, please be sure to share, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It does help me to reach more women like you who are striving for optimal health and happiness. And don't forget to follow me on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.